Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Here we are on part 9, is that correct? The final episode of what's in my tarot cabinet. And these are the last 2 little boxes that I have on the bottom. And the one, I don't know, I debated about whether or not to even show it. But I'm going to go ahead and do that because this is kind of my hodgepodge of stuff in this one little basket. So we're going to start with that one. This is, remember I had said, I think in the last one, that I had the Witch's Familiar Runes. This is brand new. I haven't worked with it or anything, but I wanted to get this one. Let me move some things. I wanted to get this one, and because I didn't really like the images on the other rune deck, and I wanted something smaller to use. So that is what I have in here as far as deck goes. And the other one I have in this little basket are the Woman's Runes. I love these ones. I've shown these and talked about these before months ago in my monthly wrap-ups because I was using these for, I think, new moon energy. I think that's what I was pulling these for. And it was working really well, and I need to kind of get back to that. But I picked these up off of Etsy. These are by Molly Reamer. And it has all the explanation of the cards in it. I mean, there is the little bit of explanation on the cards if you just wanted to use those, but I really like these ones. And these are the Woman Runes. Did I say that? It's like I've got brain fog. I've done so many of these episodes, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So this was bought for me last year, I think, whenever I wanted to go down the whole rune path. And these are a set of rose quartz runes that I have in here. I haven't even really done anything with them because I've just worked with the cards. What else sits in this basket is charming clarifiers for divination. And I don't even know if these are still available. I got these off of Etsy also. They are sold by Eye of the Beholder. I'm going to have to look to see if these are still available. But these are pretty cool to use. I have used these before. I don't tend to use them that often. I forget about them, if you want to know the truth. I really do. I forget that I have them. I do despise this bag that came with them, though. It is just like a bunch of strings in it. But there's a lot here. There are, yes, there's different numbers on each side. So 144 different symbols. So that's a lot that you could use. These are a heavyweight cardboard material. I believe when these first originally came out, they came out in like a plastic version. But by the time I went and bought them, this is what they were. So yeah, look, they're difficult to pick up too. The other bag in this little basket are my tarot oh my gosh. Now see, I don't have the little paper in here. And I have just drawn an absolute complete blank as to the creator of these, but I know someone's going to know. The creator is the same one. This is the second edition that they came out with, the plastic tiles. They had the metal ones, the metal tiles, and you could wear it as a necklace. Someone help me out. and tell me who, oh my gosh, who the creator of these are. I'm literally, complete blank. Oh my gosh, that's frustrating. Anyway, I like these. They're really fun to play around with. I like to add these in sometimes when I'm charm casting. If anybody is new here, charm casting is a big thing that I do. I love using my charms. I have some videos on here using my charms, talking about my charms and so on. And these are fun to add in and cast along with them, or I've just, you know, shaken these up and pulled out, you know, for like a 3-card spread, that kind of thing. These are really fun to play with. It's just something different than, you know, your standard typical deck, and I really do enjoy these. So this little bag holds just a bunch of little things. I'll just show real quickly what else I keep in this basket. These here are pendulums that I made for myself. I've shown them on here before. This is my evil eye. This one is my beach pendulum. I literally made this so when we go to the beach I can take this one with me. I don't often take a pendulum with me when we go, but I made this specifically for that reason. Here's another one that I made for myself. That's heart. I use this for like relationship type questions or anything along those lines. My other one is with my ancestor stuff. And it's a hematite one that I use during ancestor readings. The other thing I have in here are these Mother Mary little, I don't know what you would call these, not beads, but they say different things: believe, gratitude, let it be, and faith. And these were also bought off of Etsy. I believe the name of the Etsy store is A Wing and a Prayer. I think that's what it is. And I got this from that same place. This is when I do, when I'm working with Mother Mary. Oh my gosh, this little chaplet here. And this is just so pretty. Her stuff is so pretty. But she has Mother Mary stuff. I think she used to have Mary Magdalene stuff also, Archangel things, different things like that. But it's on Etsy. And that wraps up that basket. Okay, so here we are. We're down to it. We're down to it. It's the final box. The final box. These are all my mini decks, mini oracles, mini tarot, and Lenormand. Everything like that is in this little box right here. So we're going, and I have to reorganize it, so this is perfect. So we're going to start with this one. This is the Christphania. Maybe I'll say it right the 7th time I say it. Kipper Deck. I talked about this in a wrap-up video that I got this in. I don't know how to read Kipper. So it's something that I want to explore and see if I can read with it. I'm not going to go crazy and buy a bunch of Kipper decks either. This one and done is how I feel about it, because I have several Lenormand and I don't read with Lenormand half as much as I read with tarot and oracle. So I don't want to start, you know, down that whole rabbit hole. But I thought one Kipper deck's not going to hurt anything. So while we're on the topic of Lenormand, let's look at some of those decks. Now, this deck, I cannot remember what the name of it is, but it actually came with one of my Lenormand books. I want to say it came with this one. The Marcus Cat and Tally Goodwin, Easy Lenormand. I think it came with that. But you know what? I don't remember. I know there wasn't a box or anything for it. So yeah, I think it came with that one. It's kind of the traditional picture. I like that one. The Dreaming Way Lenormand. This is a favorite of mine. I like this one a lot. I like the artwork on this one, but it's just your standard Lenormand deck. Super cute though. Super, super, super cute. My next Lenormand is Under the Roses. This is another favorite. I like because it has the vintage style pictures, the vintage coloring. So this became my go-to. I tend to pick this one up to use all the time. Whoops, some of my things are reversed, but yeah. So this is a great one. Another one is the Sawyer's Lenormand, and this is by Jamie Sawyer. This one is an independent. The other ones so far have been mass market. I don't think I said that. I don't even know if this one is still for sale, but I think this is the second Lenormand deck I ever purchased, and I really like this one. This is another super cute one. My Lenormand in a tin is the Fairy Tale Lenormand. This is the one I am currently playing around with this month for a Lenormand challenge on Instagram, which I'm behind on, which has like been the story of my life for 2 solid months now. So, but this one's super cute. The images aren't as, I guess, cut and dry as some of the other Lenormands are. But that's okay. I like them. I think they're sweet little images, and it has the title on there, so it's not like I have to work really hard to figure out what it is. My next Lenormand, and I got this one for the book, and that is, because I keep the book in this little box, and that is the cute little Lenormand. And the cards came right in the back of the book, and this is your simple Lenormand images, right to the point, but the book is really great. And considering I don't consider myself a I don't feel that I am as well versed in Lenormand as I am tarot or oracle readings and things like that. I have played around with it for a couple years now, maybe three or four, but I still feel like I'm on a beginner level with Lenormand. My last Lenormand deck is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand by Ciro Marchetti. This one has extra cards in it, like the wishing well, the dice. I can't remember what this one is. The clock. I don't remember what these all are. Oh, and some extra cards like for man and woman. I don't really read with the extra cards because, like I said, I still consider myself a beginner, so I don't want to throw anything else in there to confuse me. So I leave those ones out. But I think this one is nice images too, because you can easily figure out what is going on in the card, and you don't have to think about it too much, because these ones do not have the title on the bottom, even though right now I'm really gravitating towards the ones that do have the title. It just makes it easier for me, because like I said, I still consider myself a beginner. So these two decks kind of are, well, this one definitely, it is like my Magic 8-Ball deck, and that's even how they talk about it. This is the Illuminators Amulet Amulet by Threads of Fate. And now are making this in a hot pink color. I think they started out with black, and then the next year I think it was red, which is the year I got it. And now I think it's hot pink. So I use this just like I did my Magic 8 Ball when I was a little kid. That's exactly how I use it. I just play around with this. It's fun. This one is fun to use. So I pull this one out. Just for me. I think I might have done a couple things on here. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe that was for clients in a different group. But yeah, it's fun and it's holographic and, you know, gives you that Magic 8 Ball vibe. So that's that. Now this one, the Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle. For what this is, I mean, when I bought it, I only paid $7 for it. I know this was indie, and then Hay House picked it up, but it only has 13 cards. 13 cards, that's it. And you know what? I don't even pick this one up and use it. I always pick up the Illuminators Amulet instead. I rarely pull this one. It was one of those where you felt like you're missing out. I don't know. It's only 13 cards. I don't know what I thought I was missing out on, but you know, that's how that went. So this next deck made it into my mini decks because I made it into a mini deck, and that is the Nicoletta Ceccoli Tarot. This is a tarot made into an oracle, back into a tarot, back into, I don't know what this deck is for me anymore. I'm so confused with it. I tried to work with it. I tried to love it as much as other people love it, and I couldn't do it. And what I actually think, I think sometimes we bring decks into our practice at just the wrong time. And then we're either quickly to declutter them, or we're quick to change them into something else, hence this. And what it really is that maybe you need to grow into the deck. Not saying that you don't know enough about tarot, but just sometimes we have to grow into a deck. I don't know how to explain that. I hope people will understand what I mean when I'm saying that. And I kind of feel like this is a deck I needed to grow into. And that's why I put the tarot associations back on here. But in saying that, I haven't picked it up to use it as a tarot or even as the oracle. Now, when I first chopped it up into an oracle, I used it all the time for a while, and it worked really well. I kind of like having both things at the bottom, so I know, you know, what the tarot meaning association is if I want to use that, or I can use the word that I put on there. But this is this deck just, I don't know. I don't know how to use it now. So, all right. So I'm going to show, I have a mixture of oracle and tarot and a couple playing card things, and then we are done. So this is Avalon Magic by Rose and Sarah. This is Rock Pool. I think these mini decks like this are so cute. I love the images on the deck, and then, you know, there's no guidebook. If anybody hasn't seen these before, there's just the things on the back. But yeah, there's not much to say about it. This would be a really good one to pair with my other Avalon oracles, or any of my fairy things, or even the Forest of Enchantment. tarot. I think this might work well with that. I've used it with. This is the Forest Fae. This is another rock pool. Again, I like these. Now this one doesn't have, this one has actual backs to it, and everything is just right on the front. Fae and woodland, spirits, gnomes, you know, that kind of thing in here. This one's really cute. I think I'd like to get the Divine Doors. Yeah, I think I'd like to get that. Then this is the Making Magic. This is Manifesting Your Dreams by Priestess Moon. This is another rock pool. This is the one that has the sigils. I didn't get the big one. Actually, I debated between the large one and this one. And then in the end, I decided to go with something smaller. That way it's easier to, you know, tuck away on my sacred space somewhere if I wanted to use it there. But yeah, I really like this one. So the next two decks I've already shown on here just not long ago. I'm only going to show these decks briefly because I already talked about them. This is the Intuit Tarot Pocket Edition. I got this off of Intuit's Etsy page. And this is the Question Cards for Tarot and Oracle Readings, Volume 1. Also off of the Intuit tarot page. Look, remember I had said about the whole zodiac thing? Look, all the symbolism is on this too. So I didn't need that other deck for the symbolism. I have a whole video of readings I did by just randomly picking cards from this and then pulling tarot to answer the questions. Yeah, how I ended up with this whole pocket tarot was, it was a better deal. I could literally get 2 decks for cheaper than the price of what this deck was. And what I figured was, this is so tiny, it'd be great to just toss in my bag, and if I wanted to take it anywhere with me, because it's so small, it's very, very, very portable. And like I said, I have a whole video on these like spread cards. Well, I guess they're not really spread cards, they're question cards. So that's these two. So my next mini deck is the Sante Moretta Tarot. I probably said that wrong. This is Lo Scarabeo, and this is mass market, as everybody probably already knows. And I picked mine up off of Llewellyn. This one I've gone back and forth with as far as, do I want the large version of this? Part of me says yes, and the other part, that's the reasonable part, says, look, you don't use this enough to get the mass market version, or to get the larger version of it. And I argue back of, but if I had the larger version, maybe I'd use it more. But I don't think that, I don't think I would. So until I find myself using this one to death, then I will get the large version of it. But it's a good one. I have used quite a bit is the Universal Celtic Tarot. And this is one I do want to get the larger version of it. The images are just so small on this deck. It's hard for me to really see what is happening and going on. So yes, this one I would definitely like to get the full-size version of this so I can see the images better. But they're really pretty. I love the fantasy vibe of it, the little gnomes and the animals, and yeah, this is a great deck. So the next deck I have to show is Tarot of the Gnomes. This is a Lo Scarabeo deck. I don't know how I feel about this deck. The The only English on this deck is one little word on every single card. I'm assuming this is the Knight of Spades. Or the Knight of Swords, I mean. So I don't really know how I feel about this deck. I don't know. And because of that, I don't use it. I think it's the courts are tripping me up. The little white book is absolutely useless. It tells you nothing. Nothing at all. So, like, okay, so for, what is it? I would say that's the Knight of Cups. It says, not that I need it, but just, you know, for reference. It's, okay, so on here it says seduction. Okay, so in here it says seducer. On here it says pregnancy, and in here it says wife. Where here it says family, and on here it says patron. I don't know. Like I said, the little white book is pointless for this deck. So if you're getting it, know your tarot associations beforehand, which, I mean, I do. And I think I like this deck more in theory when I saw it online than I like it in practice. And I don't really use it. I should just try to use it and just use the words on the bottom and see how that works for me, because other than that, I don't pick it up and do a single thing with it. I like the minors more than I like anything. So, yeah, I don't know what to do with it. Now the next little one, my Everyday Witch Tarot. I take this one everywhere with me because I love my big Everyday Witch Tarot. Oh my God, these are so slippery. And yeah, this one goes wherever I want to take it because it's the perfect travel size little deck. And everybody knows the Everyday Witch. I mean, I can't say much about it. And even if you're new to tarot, I'm sure someone has talked to you about the Everyday Witch Tarot, because a lot of people, I won't say everybody because I know they don't, but a lot of people use that deck. The next deck is Sexual Magic Tarot. And I got this one for the same reason I got the Casanova Tarot. But I pulled out a few cards that I'm going to show because this deck is way more explicit than even the Casanova Tarot is. So, yeah, I use it for a certain type of reading. Kind of what I do with it. I'm not going to pull any punches, but it's a really good reader for that. And explicit images and all, I kind of like this tarot. I like this one better than the Casanova Tarot. So my next mini decks are all mini Divi Holly Oddly decks. So I'm going to show all of them at the same time. It's just easier. But all are color coded so you know what's what. So like I said, dreams, messages, omens, curiosities, and ghosts. Ghosts and messages and curiosities are the ones I use the most. So how I use these little decks is for a reading. I have done it several ways, but for the most recent way I've been using them is I have been pulling these, whichever deck I'm choosing to use at the time, as the hidden message that was not shown in the reading. And then depending on what it is, I'll pull more cards for it. But that's what I ask for when I'm using this deck with a spread. I'll say, you know, what is the hidden message that I'm not seeing in this reading? And then pull something from one of these. And it's fabulous for doing that. They work perfectly for that. I've also kept them out on my table, just one deck at a time, and just pulled a message for the day out of them. I don't like to do big, huge readings for myself on a daily basis, but having one of these just sitting there to, you know, pull some guidance on is perfect. I'm pretty sure these are still in print. I got these last year when she was running a sale, I think, on all of her decks. So yeah, I like these. They're just quick, easy, to the point messages on the go. The ghost one is always spot on for me, and so is messages. But yeah, these are fun to play around with. So the last couple decks I have are playing card or playing card divination, I guess, decks. So I picked this one up. This is MJ Cullinane's Beyond the Veil playing cards. I like her artwork. So that's why I picked up this one. And I thought maybe I could use it in, like, I guess a divination, for divination style readings, but I have not tried that yet. But these are images from all her different decks that are already out there. So they're so pretty. I really like her, like I said, her art style. I think it goes that way. But yeah, I recognize the ones for Hoxa and the Crow, Tarot and Oracle. I don't know this one. I think this is that Roar, I think is that Oracle. This is for Hoxa. Is this her cat one? And then the animal one. I've shown both of these on here. This is the Cartomancer Poker deck, the Shadow and Light edition. I'm just going to show the light because the shadows are the exact same cards except in black, but they're identical. This has its own system to it, and I have not learned what that system is. So just because I haven't had time. I just haven't had time to, okay, I'm just going to hold them. I'm starting to get frustrated with that. I just haven't had time to do it, to play around and to see what it has to tell me. I mean, I tried a couple readings with it, but this is one I'm going to have to sit and devote more time to, not just, you know, pick it up, read it on a whim and go. But the shadow ones have the exact same images. But in the guidebook for the shadow, it is more a shadow type message. So but that is the Cartomancer cards, and these are super, super slippery. And finally, this just came in, I don't know, a month or so ago. Cards of Transformation, old Cartomancy. I got this off of Llewellyn. This is Los Scarabeo. And this is another one that is a system that I'm going to have to look at the book and figure out. because I don't know. But I was interested in learning it. Like some of the cards are landscape. Why? Why is that? I don't know. This is another one. So I don't know how I feel about this deck. Do you have it? Do you use it? What do you think of it? What I need to do, here's the honest to God's truth. Instead of buying these systems that are, every single deck is its own system thing, I need to just buy a book on cartomancy with playing cards and read it. And then get a regular deck of playing cards, which I have plenty of, and use it. That's what I need to do. And not continue to pick up these decks that are their own system. So if you do have this one, let me know. Let me know how you're using it, how you think the system is. Is it different than playing cards? Love to know, because I have no clue. And that's what I get for picking something up on a whim. So that is it. We're done. We are 100% finished with my tarot cabinet. So let's all take a moment and say, thank God this video series is done. And I think I said already in the last episode that I am at some point in the new year going to show the handful of decks that are still over there on my tarot bookshelf, but not now. Not now at this time. I'm going to clean up the mess that I've started. It did help me in the way of sparking my interest in working with some of my older decks again. It did help me to categorize some things and, got everything reorganized and, rediscovering what I already had in my cabinet. And I think it's been so long since I actually took everything out and looked at it that I didn't even realize what I owned anymore. So you just keep buying more thinking, oh, well, I need a deck to fill this reason and I need a deck for this reason. But we don't really need a deck for all those reasons because one deck will fulfill all of it. However, it's nice to have a variety. So, but it was really good for me to see everything in there. And like I said, to rediscover things that I haven't looked at in a long, long time. So let me know if you stuck with me through all, I think this is episode 9, all 9 parts. Let me know if you stuck with me through all of it. Let me know about the whole cartomancy playing card thing. I'm interested to know that. And if you have any of these mini decks and do you use them? Like I said, the only one that I really want to get in the full-size version is that Universal Celtic Tarot, because I have used that one quite a bit, and it's hard to see those images. So, again, thanks for hanging out, and until I see you next time, bye!